It's the Moringa Olifari project for Nottingham Contemporary. My name's John Newling. This project, it's about this plant called a Moringa Olifari tree, a miracle tree, which will have 6 pressed dead miracles on the wall, and then we'll have a number of pressed cuttings taken from those very plants that you can see on the wall into your book. So there's a kind of dispersion of thoughts and ideas in that space. In May of 2010, a man called Bronislaw Servinsky from Lancaster University, I know him as Bron really, and become a good friend, who's part of the genetics research at Lancaster University, phoned me up, emailed me and asked if I'd do a project for their experimentality conference. And I said, yeah, I'd make them some soil. And we got chatting, and I said I'd like to make soil out of Craig Venter's product called Cynthia 2, which is the world's first synthetic life form. So Bron got hold of the complete genetic code of Cynthia, Craig Venter's new life form, and I made soil out of it. And then the question was, what do you want to grow out of the soil? And we literally had a kind of round robin, you know, what's the best plant in the world? What's the most interesting tree in the world? And for the first time ever, I heard the words Moringa Olifari tree, or better known really as the miracle tree, which grows northern India. It's found indigenous down there, and they've discovered that it's just an amazing tree. You can virtually eat it. It has huge amounts of vitamin C, vitamin D. All the vitamins are in vast amounts in the leaves. It grows flowers and then seed pods, and the seed pods themselves are able to clean polluted water. They're still not sure how that works, but they've discovered from some of the polluted wells in northern India that if you crush the seeds into the wells, they start to clean up the water. They are amazing plants to grow, and I've grown 9, which you see in the installation. They like bad soil. They like a pH of about 6.2, which is quite acidic. They are now being used as kind of fantastic food for malnutrition. They are being seen as miraculous in what you can do. The more you cut them, the more they seem to thrive and grow. Hence making the cutting some of the branches off them in order to put them into the books in Nottingham Contemporary. A really intimate material knowledge of what it is you're working with. So in a sense it's very much like drawing, that as I watch these plants grow I learn shed loads about them. I learn a lot about me as well, because you know, I'm not making them grow, I'm trying to assist them, and I'm really interested in that relationship of how materially the Moringas connect to the world, obviously, and also what my relationship within that kind of generative process is. It's a material process. It's also very poetic that the plants themselves are called miracle trees, because I'm really interested in that Time magazine cover, 66, April something or other, which is the Death of God cover, famous cover, red and black. And of course, from a theological and a philosophical point of view, that was a pivotal moment in a way. These are death, when they die, they're deaths of miracles. And I'm kind of interested in that poetic aspect. So I grow them because I learn stuff from them. And also, I find them quite inspiring, because I'm never quite sure what's going to happen. So a lot of my art is like that. I'm never quite sure how it's going to work out, which does lead for a very kind of stressful life, but also very enjoyable at the same time. What I'm doing is in the same way as I might make a metal sculpture or a drawing, I try to grow these things with, you know, aided them, tried to get them to this point. And in a way, the legacy is that these leaves which have more nourishment in them than any other leaf in the world, are in those books. It's that connection, that's the poetry of it. in my head. So in a way, these are learning. They're all about, didn't quite make it. Downstairs now, I'm approaching the growing of the new Moringa oleifera trees in a very different way. I've learnt what I did wrong with these. So it's also about learning. And, you know, it's like drawing. If you draw a line, it's too hard. Next time you draw the line, you adjust it. It's really that simple. That's where the art connects in some ways.